Hey everybody, it's Ocean Pie, and as you probably saw a while back, I kind of butchered this game on demo day, but now that my friend has actually bought this and is actually like letting me play on it and whatnot, I just thought I'd let you guys see a little what I didn't show you, and hopefully maybe just a few strategies you can use like once you get into the game. So first off is, of course, the solo, also known as single player. As you can see, we completed the German missions and the first American mission. But what you should know is single player is really hard, and you actually need to have good strategy in it, otherwise you're going to get completely wiped out by the AI. Next up is multiplayer. As you can see, I'm the only one on right now, but that's because this is one of the games that is a little slow on here. And by that I mean like no one really gets on. And so you'll either be playing single player or you could host a game. Go ahead and name it whatever you want, private or public. You get into here. It has these maps. And it even has, like, if they're large, medium, or small. Then we have the number of players. And you got up to a total of 8 players, which is 4v4. Or you can add an easy, medium, or hard AI to play against. So you could have a 7 against 1, basically. Or you could just trim it down to about 3 players. And it's 3 against 1, and just stuff like that. Next is the type, which confrontation is the blue team is NATO and like the US and UK and Germany, and the red team is going to be Pact, which is the Soviet Union. Soviet Union and the East Germans, and 2 other countries like Poland and something. Then you could have it where everyone's NATO, and then you can have it where everyone's Pact. I usually keep it to confrontation, stuff like that. Next is the amount of points you start off with. These are the points that you use to spawn in units, and yeah, just like really to spawn in units. And you can gain them by controlling sectors. The victory, it means like how you win. It's either you have to hold out for a certain amount of minutes, or you have to destroy a certain amount of units to get that many points, to get such many points. And then of course it's the deck that you choose right here. And right now I only have 4. Next is the profile, and you can see like these are some people I play with, and it shows you like all your stats and whatnot. Over here it has a little like summary of everything right here. So it's like, this is how long you play in the game, and that's how long we've played together. Go to decks. You can customize your deck. You can create a new one, or you can just have the normal ones that you start off with, and you can't really delete them. Next, if you go into a deck, you can see that there is subtitles, not subtitles, subcategories, that's what it is, where you have logistics, which these are the things that like your base and whatnot, and you have supply helicopters. That's the main supply place right there, which is called a forward operating base. Supply trucks, and of course another supply helicopter for me at least. Next you have recon, and here's just a little French one. And of course there's like upgrades for them and whatnot. There's a good old Bradley. And then we have our air recon. And as you probably guessed, recon has a larger area that they could spot an enemy with, and also it can spot enemies hidden in bushes and trees and whatnot. Then of course you have the tanks, the infantry, which actually it spawns in with a vehicle. So you get the main infantry, and then you'll get whatever is the plus, which is like for this it's Bradley, for this one it's a Huey, and then the upgrades. Then for this one's Bradley. Next you have support, which support is more like artillery, anti-aircraft, and that's all that I have right here. Vehicles are the vehicles that the infantry can use. You can just like, if one of your infantry's vehicles gets destroyed, but the infantry is still alive, you can just spawn in one of these and put them in. Next is your helicopters. There is different types. For example, this German one, or this West German one to be exact, is an anti-tank. Which the AT in this is anti-tank, and then the GM is guided missile. And the only bad thing is they need to stand completely still for it to shoot, and then once it shoots, they have to stand completely still until it hits the target. So it like leaves them vulnerable. And then you have your normal ones that just have like an autocannon. These are good for helicopter versus helicopter. A lot of things that me and my friends have been saying is we wish there was like actual aircraft, like planes and whatnot in this game. But then you have these that are gunship helicopters. They actually, this one at least, is only good against ground targets, like infantry, tanks, infantry fighting vehicles, just stuff like that. And this is an upgraded version of it, and it's still only good against that. Then this one, since it has a Gatling gun, can actually fight against other helicopters. So that one's like a little better. So yeah, that's pretty much all the units. Well, I mean, that's not all the units you can have. These are all the units you can have. And it's just like amazing how much time they probably put into this, trying to get all these units, trying to get it, guessing kind of where the range is from, their armor. I mean, they even have the Abrams. It's just amazing what these guys have done. And like, they actually have in-game footage, or not footage, they have in-game pictures of the tanks and the vehicles and whatnot. Except for the infantry, which is like Photoshop or something. So like, here's what I mean. You can have this anti-tank team plus this armored personnel carrier. Then you could have the same anti-tank team plus this carrier. Then you could have the same anti-tank team plus the Huey. And you could just like go on and on and on. The only bad thing is you can't cross countries. So an American infantry can't be with this French armored personnel carrier unless you actually spawn in the carrier, the armored personnel carrier, after you spawn in the infantry. Then of course there's some infantry that are actual recons, like this, the Delta Force. They have other special forces for other countries. And if we go down here, they even have Spetsnaz. Well, actually, here's some Rangers. Like actual decent recon squads. Then they have special forces. And they of course have their own weapon, depending on what country they are. I think, yeah, they also have the SAS, but they only have it plus a helicopter, which is also kind of bad. But that's pretty much it for this. The options are pretty simple. So these are the shortcuts. You can use it for different things. Like this is to completely stop the unit. You can use them to regroup, just in case like one gets destroyed. You can add another one to the group. Move fast actually makes the unit go to this specific place as fast as it can, and it even uses like roads and whatnot. Then of course you have like the settings, the sound settings, the gameplay settings. Sorry about the bad graphics all of a sudden. Yeah, and after all that checking it out and stuff, you can go back to your lobby. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully I'll have some in-game footage besides me sucking in that last video. Sorry about that. And I think I did a lot better job of showing what this game has to offer this time than last time. So I guess I'll see you guys later.